Well, hello everybody and welcome to Boss Rush here on this Friday afternoon, the last day of the month. My goodness, right? I can't believe we're cranking through this summer so damn fast. But all right, well, we're here. Yay, everybody. My name is Chris Melisinos. I'm one of the co-hosts here on Boss Rush, and with me is Mr. Dean Takahashi. How are you today, Dean?
Good morning, Chris. And yes, I am happy to be here. I'm the editorial director of GameSpeed.
That's right. And one of our longest standing experts and reporters on our industry, which we love, and so happy to get to spend time with you every week, Dean. We do this. Mark Delore is going to be joining us momentarily. He's running out of one meeting, going to be joining us here. And Susan is off on a well-deserved vacation, and she threatened to call in from a cruise ship. And I was like, no, don't do that. Well, we hope everybody is having a good start to the day that is leading into the weekend. Of course, if you're watching on YouTube or Twitch, make sure you go ahead and pop anything you would like to share with us, or on LinkedIn as well, right? Anything you would like to share with us, news, topics, questions that you have, get it into the chat. Let's go ahead and jump in. So, Dean, how has your week been? And why don't you tell us a little bit about what you've been up to? And I'm going to go check levels and say hello to everybody as they join the chat.
Yeah, I've had a interesting week. It's been slow in terms of appointments, but the news just keeps on coming. So I don't even have to set up a lot of interviews these days. I just soak in all the news and write it up because things are happening still. But I personally have been playing Halo Campaign Evolved in co-op mode with Mark Chandler.
Yeah.
We have finished campaign, all 10 missions, and are working our way through the 3 bonus missions that have been created brand new for the campaign. So it's fun to get back to this after 25 years.
It's 25 years. That's just crazy to me, right?
Yeah.
It's going pretty fast. Do you remember the first time you experienced Halo? Do you remember when you had your Xbox set up, all that kind of stuff?
I actually saw it at the demo day that Microsoft had, and thought, "Wow, this is a very different game," and it was actually quite sort of compelling, even in its sort of I guess beta state. That saw it, and then also I saw it at an E3, the first E3 where they showed it off in a big way with the music, and wow, that was like a pretty intense experience, and so that was those were good days, and it was a game that you thought, wow, this has to be the killer app for the Xbox.
Right. Yeah, the music is what did it for me. I remember, where I had my Xbox originally, set up in the basement, and it was turning that on and hearing that music. It was like, what the heck? That was completely set the tone for
the jarring thing about playing it now is that I'm playing it on a PS5. And Mark is playing it on an Xbox on a PC.
Wait a minute. Cross-platform? Like, when did we decide to start doing that?
Yeah. And I think it's a great experience. And I kind of understand some of the arguments about like how Xbox fans want this to be Xbox only.
Sure.
But also, this is widening the availability. I mean, I actually couldn't play it on the Xbox Series X for some reason because there was a bug that was messing up the cutscenes. So I had to switch off the preview copy that I had that was buggy. So this turned out to be the next best thing. my PC is also right now in the shop getting fixed. So yeah.
Really? What's it doing in the shop? What happened to? Oh yeah, there's no fans going on. Yeah, what happened to your PC?
Well, every now and then the display would go black, and then the fan on the machine would turn on, and so I was trying to figure out for the longest time what was wrong with the display, and yeah, it turned out to be the graphics card and a connector to it or something. So there's like 3 different culprits for which I got replacement parts, and now it's getting fixed. So.
And now, are you getting any little tune-ups while it's in there? You know, sneaking some extra RAM, more storage space. Like, what are you doing to it?
It's pretty high-end machine, so it's already maxed out on what on like RAM and things like that. So so we'll see. Let's see if it's coming back. Can get back to playing some Arc Raiders then.
Oh, very good. Yeah, Rick here in the chat. Hey there, Rick. How are you, buddy? Thank you for joining today. Rick says a Halo game that worked better on the PS5 than Series X. Man, what a weird timeline.
That's right.
I don't disagree. I don't disagree. Well, I know that Mark is trying to go ahead and join us here. Oh, wait a minute. I think we have now a wild Mark is approaching. So yeah, let's go ahead and bring him in. Oh, look who it is. It's Mr. Mark Delore. Yay. Hey, Mark decided to join us today.
How's it going?
What's happened, Captain?
Just chaos. Normal. Trying to figure out what West Hall is going to look like at GDC this year.
Oh.
Meeting up with the designer team this morning, having a chat.
Well, why are you having a chat? Who are you?
Who am I? I don't know. I'm Mark Delora. Hi. I am the head of content strategy at GDC and GameDeveloper.com. And yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Awesome. Well, I'm glad you're able to go ahead.
How are you guys?
Join us. We're doing good.
I love how Mark's title's been changing every 2 or 3
I know.
weeks.
I know. I change it every time. Just mixing it up. I'm changing all my staff's titles.
Exactly.
They hate me though.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Game developer God. That's where it's going next.
No, definitely not to that one. Thanks though.
When are we going to have good
senior vibe coder in chief? I don't know these
what,
days.
Yeah, are we going to have like a walkthrough of game developer programming gems books? In some sort of library that we get on the.
That'll be nice.
Yes. Yeah. I don't know if those of you that are watching live. Mark was the creator and editor of this series of books that for years would adorn every game developer's shelves, and these game programming gem series. And just how many books? 7, 8 of them in the series there.
9 tome. Back when we used to have pretty books. Look how pretty it is.
Pretty books with definitely 90s era fonts.
I know, right? That was like the 90s. Definitely the 90s. This is from Dungeon Siege. This screenshot.
Oh my gosh!
Nice.
Mark Peasley, I think, did the art.
Dungeon Siege.
Dungeon Siege. What a great game that was. I miss that game.
I used to love that. But we were just catching up on weeks. Stuff, shenanigans. Dean's been in playing the new Halo game after 25 years.
Oh, I've been meaning to do that. What did you think? Love it? Hate it?
I played it on the PS5, and nice. I did co-op with Mark Chandler on the Xbox on PC, and we went through the whole campaign, and we pretty much got through it in just 3 nights, and it was. It saves you from having to get killed and play something 30 times or whatever.
Oh yeah.
So,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
I might have to do that.
Yeah, and we were also remarking on the fact that at 25 years, do you remember playing Halo for the first time, Mark?
Yeah.
What caught you first? Was it the graphics? Was it the music? What brought you in?
I think if I remember what my reaction was, it was like, are you fucking crazy? Do you actually think you can make a first-person shooter and have it work on a console? Oh, wait, this is really fun.
Or how to actually play a shooter on a on a controller.
Yeah, on a
as well.
controller, exactly. Yeah, I was trying
Yeah.
to map it onto there and make it work, and like still have the precision that you would with the mouse and keyboard. And turns out it didn't matter.
You know, I
Loved it.
would say that, that would be a difficult thing to do if I didn't suck at first person shooters with a mouse and keyboard or a controller.
Oh.
So kind of doesn't matter. 6 of one, half dozen the other.
Oh man. Oh yeah. Well, me too. Me too. Yeah, it's not a high bar to be able to do as well on a console on the controller as I am with the mouse and keyboard. So
Yeah. Well, that does remind me back in the day, Dean, Mark and I, every once in a while we'd get a little group together and we'd play like Half-Life 2 and, or rather, And some
or
multiplayer
Battlefield.
stuff and Battlefield and stuff. And, that one. Yeah.
that one. Yeah.
The whatchamacallit, the LAN parties that we did a couple of times. My goodness, those were great. But I think one of the most fun things was creating our own decals and slapping them up all over environments and just, it was great. It was great.
A lot of Counter-Strike.
Yeah, and I think, it was Counter-Strike. And I think one of the other things too, Dean, was Mark and I jumped into play Fortnite earlier on, and it's like, all right, let's go dad camp around this level because,
Yep.
I think I mentioned this before on one of our lives is my son, several years ago, it's like, come play. So we were in his room. He was on Xbox. I was on a laptop, and he jumped in and he got wiped maybe 5 minutes in or whatever. And he's like, you're not playing it right. I'm like, it's not about the body count, buddy. It's how long you survive. And he's just like, but you're not doing it right. And so that was the last time we played Fortnite together.
That's funny.
Oh my goodness. All right. Well, once again, for those that are going to joining across the different platforms in which we're streaming, go ahead. If you have any questions, comments, news stories for us that you would like us to tackle, please go ahead and let us know. So, all right, let's go ahead and jump straight into to news. What are the big stories on the top of your big old brain, Dean?
Well, there's one fresh this morning. Razer has acquired Stream Elements and pretty much saved it from a fate of having to shut down. So that is good news for that company.
Yeah. Yeah. So for those of you that don't know what Stream Elements is, they're kind of the companion to OBS, which of course we use here, and they bring in basically the ability to put together scenes and mods and all these other sorts of things, and then of course allow you to stream all of that back out. And they have a whole back end, and they have these different programs for creators where it allows people to jump in and without too much trouble get really professional looking streams set up for their own live streams. And they were going through some issues there, and it is good to see that Razer went ahead and picked them up. And getting to learn how to do all of this. Dean and I were talking before we went live. I used to run a game night during COVID. And I was like, all right, well, if we're going to get people in and they're going to get time to spend, I'm going to really learn how to use OBS. I'm going to really learn how to bring all these pieces together and everything else. So by the time Stream Elements really became a thing, I'm like, no, I already have the craziest, most kludgy sort of duct tape together workflow and never availed myself of their services. But yeah, wonderful to see them get picked up, and great company to go ahead and actually lean in to do that, right? Razer. So yeah. Mark, have you ever used any of that stuff for the Stream Element stuff?
I haven't used Stream Elements. No, the two things that I've used have been OBS and StreamYard, and I've never looked at Stream Elements stuff.
Right. Well, now that we're getting a better workflow and get this packaged, we need to still spend some time so we have a backup when I can't be in the studio, right? To do this.
Right? So. Yeah, I keep saying that.
I know. We'll find the time. We will find the time.
We'll work it out.
Yeah. How about you, Mark? Any news items you would like to start us off with today?
Well, being in Seattle, I did notice that Subway Surfers launched an in-game event with Jimothy the raccoon.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Jimothy has
It's just-
blown the hell up.
It's just a gift that keeps on giving. There was a big event in Ballard, one of the areas, neighborhoods of Seattle. Last weekend? And it was folk art of Jimothy. So there's like people who had made stained glass pieces. There were like stuffed Jimothys, lots of paintings and drawings and paper mache. It was really impressive. It's just became a thing so fast.
Crazy, right? Yeah, Blizzard confirmed that its version of Jimothy would actually be added to World of Warcraft as a companion pet tied to the game's upcoming patch 12.1 dubbed Curse of Ulatek.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you know what? This is when the internet and tech is at its best, right? When everybody comes together around a meme. Like John Pork is another one. You've seen the John Pork memes, right?
Mm-mm.
Okay, Mark, we're going to anybody that's listening. If you know who John Pork is.
John Pork?
Yes. Yes. This pig-headed man that apparently is at the root of every conspiracy. It's hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. So, yeah, I do love that. That we had a chance to see that. Let's see. Rick Velez again. Jimothy and Houdin should meet. They would make great friends. Yes. Agreed. Agreed. Oh my goodness.
I needed a Peach assist there.
What's that?
I had to give Peach an assist there. She's like, Dad.
Yes.
Can't
I
get
know.
in my bed.
That's right. Well, I don't know if we're going to have any Bowser snoring on the.
I don't know. Right now, he's enjoying the sun. So
Okay,
we'll see
good. Very good.
I did see that Raf's company announced that Stars Reach is going to be in early access in August. Which is
Yeah.
I haven't looked at it for quite a while.
August 18th. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited to see that.
Yeah,
The
there
last
it
time
is.
I touched it was 6 or 9 months ago. He showed it to some folks, and I played around with it back then. But
Yeah. I had a sit down with Raf and played it at the Summer Game Fest in June.
oh, awesome! Yeah,
it's a sort of fascinating number of things that you can do because it's like a world with fully simulated physics that are all sort of making every action you take connected to consequences, right?
Yeah.
If it's like if you dig a hole in a lake near a cliff, then you can create your own waterfall, right? The waterfall creates mud down at the bottom, and it's if you walk through the mud, you get all dirty. So it's like all the things you would expect if a world seemed really real, right? So
yeah. Well, I mean, I love that this is launching now. I've had the chance to play inside of Stars Reach over the past 2 years, basically, in some of the, the testing and demos and stuff. And what I love, though, and Mark, I think maybe you and I have talked about this before, what Raf is doing here is something that he had talked about for years. Right? I remember meeting him for the first time at E3, I can't even remember how long ago it was, where we were sitting in the back of a Sony meeting room and everything. And he's like, yeah, look at what we're doing with like terrain physics and water. He's like, look at how we can carve out the land and everything, kind of is impacted around that. And, it's too early for anything like this to, really be done in real time. But, wait until we get the compute to do it. And now we're at that point. And one of the things, I think they may have even done a video on this before or this came out, but somebody had like dug underground underneath the structure in the game. Then all of a sudden, like it just trembled and it just sank into the landscape there because somebody else just dug out from underneath it, and the weight of that whole building just collapsed into the environment, right? And so it truly is a world where everything matters and everything impacts each other. So it's really, really extraordinary. This is the culmination of the work that Raf's done for decades, right? So I'm super excited to get in and
he was saying saying it's the game he's always dreamed of making. Right?
Don't you love that?
Yeah.
That's exactly right. The game he's always dreamed of making, right? Or just happened to play in. That's awesome for him.
Yep.
Yeah, so congrats to him and the whole team over there for getting that done and out the door. Right? Could not be happy for him. So, yeah. All right. Playable Worlds, Stars Reach, Steam, Early Access in August. Go ahead and check it out. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
There's this kind of unusual amount of news on a Friday here. Let's see, I blazed through a few here, but Scottie Pippen's got a Fortnite game.
Oh, he sure does.
Yeah, and Dungeons and Dragons is doing like a collab with World of Warcraft.
Hold on a minute. Don't gloss over Scottie Pippen's new Fortnite game. Okay. All right.
Do you mean former Seattle Supersonic Scottie Pippen?
Former Seattle Supersonic Scottie Pippen. Absolutely.
Do I have that right?
Yeah.
If I remember correctly. That was a long time ago now.
Yeah. But here's the thing you may not remember is that Scottie Pippen had a video game.
He did.
Slam City on the Sega 32X.
Oh my God.
Slam City.
Whoa. Wow. That's
Look
amazing.
Hold on. It gets better.
Wow.
Look at that full motion video as opposed to non-motion video that never made any sense to me. All postage stamped up there. This needs to be some sort of Easter egg right in the game there. But yeah, this was the height of the Sega CD32X gameplay. So good to see Mr. Pippen returning to form and getting a new game put together.
I'm impressed you were prepared to do that.
Dean, does that impress you? I'm always prepared, buddy. Every time we step in here, right? That's exactly right. Oh my goodness gracious. So yeah, no, it's again cool to really see, different types of gameplay and stuff coming again to these platforms. Rick Velez,
his game has got a funny title. It's called Don't
Drop the Ball. Yeah, and I did read at the bottom of the article here, Dean, there was something about Web3 as being part of this too.
Oh gosh, really?
Right? Web3 can be part of it. It's not the whole thing. You said the game and the community come first. I wanted people to do more than look at the ball. I wanted them to be part of it. Be the ball. That's right. That's a Caddyshack reference for those of you that don't know. But yeah.
I love that.
That's awesome. All right, Dean, what was the next one that you had?
Oh, let's see. Well, let me go back out of my tab here and see. We got Enduring Games has put some investment money into Twin Galaxies.
Oh yes.
So
yes.
Jace Hall and Zach Roska's company, they are doing tournaments where they have the anti-cheat technology down enough so that they can have people play single-player games, upload their scores, and then figure out who's the best in the world at playing a particular game. Yep. So they announced this week that they were doing a tournament with Atari to surface the 5 of the games that are classic Atari games and see who's the best in the world at them. Kind of like the old, arcade version of that with Billy Mitchell and Steve Wiebe, right?
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
Kong, right?
Thank goodness we're doing this again. Seriously, I freaking love this. This was my favorite news story for the week. Hell yes. Like getting people together to play, to have those tournaments like this, and it's back to again, kind of what we grew up with at the start of the industry. Now, I don't know if this is going to be the Wizard 2 remake that's going to be around this, right? But
and
so good.
yeah, they did this with Mortal Kombat not that long ago, and pretty much the winners coming out of it were not the pro gamers. They were just completely unknown people.
Oh, that's cool.
So yeah, so
Or
it's very
hackers,
cool.
completely unknown.
Hope not. Yeah.
All right, so here's a little bit of game industry history trivia. Who was the first person to win an Atari event like this back in the day when the 2600 was the machine to have? Does anybody know?
Yeah.
Rebecca Heinemann.
Yeah,
Rebecca Heinemann. Yeah, Becky was the first person to actually win I think it was in Space Invaders, right?
That's right.
Atari
event in New York City, right?
Yep. Yeah, and there are pictures out there of it. So, once again, rest in peace to her. And the first person to go ahead and win an Atari, championship. So I love that. I absolutely love that. But yeah. But there was another piece of Atari news that came out as well. That was also super interesting, right, Dean?
Atari, yeah. They have a deal with Universal to do 10 movies based on Atari IP. So we'll get all kinds of interesting movies coming out of this, different kinds of projects. They haven't announced exactly which ones are coming first and all that, but all the classics like I forget, Asteroids and
Asteroids Adventure, Berserk, Breakout, Centipede, Crystal Castles, Millipede, Missile Command, Pong, and Yara's Revenge. I just hope the Bentley Bear Crystal Castle one is some horror movie, right? Because that's perfect.
Oh my God, like Five Nights at Freddy's or something.
Well, I think ET's already been done too. So.
True. Nice.
Yes. Yes. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they do with this. Yars could be interesting. Missile Command, definitely, right? That's the easier one, but let's see.
It'd be more like Missile Command, the horror movie, right?
Well, we have war games, so y'all go ahead and reacquaint yourself with letting computers take over missiles, right? But no, I do love that that Atari is leaning in and really making a variety of bets to go ahead and continue to bring forth not only their classics, but new games and all kinds of stuff. There was the new Barbie collection game that they're doing with Digital Eclipse as part of Atari as well. Like it's pretty fantastic. So I love the moves that Atari has been making over the past few years. And it'll be interesting to see where this goes. For sure.
Did you guys see the article about side work contract in employment contracts on GD.com?
Good.
And
What was that one?
Really happy about. So here, I'll copy the link into the
chat there. Yeah.
Chat. I apologize if you're getting Bowser.
No, nothing to apologize about.
Yeah, so Christopher Kerr, one of our senior editors on Game Developer, spent a bunch of time, called around talking to lawyers and talked to people who have signed employment contracts and run into the side work clause that is in many game industry contracts, saying that any work that you do on games while you're working for the company is also owned by the company. And of course, there's lots of different ways to say that, different finesses around that, but it's always been something.
No.
I've just I found it particularly egregious in the games industry as an art form to think like you can't practice your art form outside of business. I never really understood that. There's if you're doing it on corporate laptops or you're doing it in the office, that's one thing. But if it's something you're doing completely on your own time, I don't really understand that. But it is in most company employment agreements in the game industry in various forms. So people just need to get carve outs or pushback or whatever. Anyway, this article was well written. I was really happy that Chris decided to run down this conversation that's been sort of churning in the industry for quite a while.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, I haven't, this is the first time hearing about this. It doesn't surprise me, right?
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
But it's good to shine a light on this and then understand how people can continue creating art and story and everything else that, doesn't cross the line from a business perspective, because at the end of the day too, right? Those companies may be paying them to build games, and what is gleaned from all of that. And, that's anytime there's a commercial side to art, which, let's face it, most art is commercial art, right? Those things you just have to be cognizant of and aware. Protect yourself and, the companies.
Read your employment agreements.
Yeah.
Push back if you can, if things don't work for you. I think most of the agreements that I've signed over the last 15 years, I've had to push back and put a carve out in there for the books, for the Game Programming Gems books, at least. And that's led to more conversations about other things, that are, well, like, for example, being able to talk on this podcast while I work for Informa, we carved out.
Yeah, well.
So, just read those contracts, man.
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, talking about company moves and all of that stuff, and since I see him there in the chat, our good friend John Middleton has joined Xsolla. So John is now the Executive Vice President of Strategic Business at Xsolla. So congratulations to Xsolla for getting John, and congrats to you too, John. Right? So that's awesome. Awesome to see you there. And getting to work with Chris Hewish and Justin Berenbaum and the folks over there at Xsolla is awesome. So eager to see, how you help the company grow and the things that you do, John. So congrats again, buddy. Very happy for you. Very, very happy for you.
Awesome.
Yeah. All right. What else do we got? What other news we have? And then, of course, for those of you in the chat, if you have any questions or things you want us to comment on, please go ahead and pop it in.
EA's $55 billion deal with the Saudis and Jared Kushner's private equity firm that deal is going to close on August 4th.
Wow.
So that'll be the end of an era and probably start of a new one. So
yeah. I thought it had closed so long ago. I was reaching out to some EA folks to chat about this and that.
Well,
and then they weren't replying, and I was like, hang on. Why is that?
It is maybe not a surprising thing when who's in the Oval Office here, but this deal has closed in probably what could be like a record time of 10 months.
Yeah.
And
it got hung up in the EU, right?
Yeah. I mean, if you remember Activision Blizzard, it took 21 months to get the approval for that deal.
Well, there you go. That's how you get a deal done in the Trump era.
I think by the end of it, Microsoft's going, well, maybe we don't need it.
All the feels about this one, but hopefully, there are some good investments happening here, and if it keeps EA afloat and making great games, that makes me happy. The Middle East game development market and industry is growing like crazy right now, so that's good for EA. So. Lots of interesting things happening in this one announcement.
And I was also glad to get an interview in with somebody with a different perspective there. Chris Nunn. He is part of this player alliance for the Sims games, and they are very concerned that the sort of the concerns of LGBTQ plus people are sort of going to be in some jeopardy now under what is majority Saudi owned ownership now, and I think they had voiced their concerns about how much creative freedom is there still going to be for games like The Sims, which are heavily dependent on user-generated content, right? So,
pardon me, I have to go yell at a dog. I'll be right back.
Okay, Mark's going to go fight his dogs now. Let's see what happens. You never know what's going to happen on Boss Rush. That's the problem there. So,
but, I mean, it's interesting that we are, paying attention to who owns games now and what large entities that they can become part of, like
Yeah.
the similar kind of concern that different folks are raising about the Paramount deal, $110 billion Paramount deal. 12 attorneys general have sued to stop that merger from happening with Warner Brothers.
Right.
And so that deal is on hold until some of that litigation actually finishes. So interesting world we are in. Sometimes it still feels like gaming is just a pawn in a larger chess game. And that's it's a very interesting world of giant and big business that has come. It's like it's a good thing, but it's also a scary thing for a lot of people, I think.
Yeah. It's especially once again when you have non-endemics that come in to invest because I hear these games are big, and with the big cigar coming in, right, and the big sack with the dollar sign on it. Here you go, kids. Right.
Probably when these games cost so much to make now, Jack, you got an investor that shows up and wants to invest into you. You're like, we might,
And there aren't that many of those these days that are big enough to handle huge transactions, right? So
yeah. I think the important thing to point out, though, I think with the Bethesda Activision piece and then the EA one, right, was, EA is basically moving over under, that Saudi fund versus the Activision Blizzard, which was then getting rolled into a company that owns global platforms, global infrastructure, storefronts, like all of those other things. If you remember, during all of that time, there were concessions that were being made in the EU where, Microsoft said, oh, no, we're not going to do cloud streaming there, or we're going to, right? So there was a lot of these other pieces that had to happen to make that deal go through. And it was, even with all of that, it was still a pretty accelerated timeline, right, for it. But
and one of those things got Xbox into an enormous amount of trouble with its own hardcore fans, which was the requirement to keep Call of Duty open and to license it to PS5 or to Sony and to Nintendo, and the backlash that's come this year really has been about, like, where are all of the Xbox exclusives, right? And fans actually want this to happen, but contractually, in order to get that deal done, Microsoft had to promise that Call of Duty is not going to be exclusive. So interesting, how these things are all connected in some way, I guess, and some of the government's sort of intention to do well and stop a monopoly from happening can also have, like, just grave consequences for a company's relationship with its fans.
Yeah, absolutely.
I guess I feel blessed and old to think about the evolution of the industry over time and be able to see it go through this phase of these larger companies being acquired by other larger companies and investments from non-endemic brands and all of this, and just keep sort of flashing back to the period of time that's maybe similar in Hollywood as we always, make these comparisons to Hollywood. But I think Hollywood over time has had its fits and starts and growth in different areas. And one of the things that we see now is, like, nobody really talks much about the difference between independent film and, big budget film. I think it's just film. I mean, maybe there are awards, for particular categories, but, everything is as popular as everything else, as far as I'm concerned. And seeing the game industry have this huge, thriving, independent games market, and it grows and grows and grows and grows and grows. And I couldn't be more happy about that. There are games for everybody. I love playing these big games from these big companies. I love playing the small games from the small companies, and I'm just so happy we have these options now. Also, Dean, are you wearing a Franklin barbecue t-shirt?
Yeah, I am.
That is pretty boss. Way to go. That's
We
boss
had a
level.
we
Boss
had
level.
a couple of events at South by Southwest at Franklin Barbecue. So we
Nice.
were able
Way to
to
go.
shut it down. Those were quite understandably very crowded events.
Yeah. Way to go. That's a good place to do an event at. Yeah, well, unless you're vegan.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well,
delicious.
I also want to say here. So yes, excellent. You have to when you go down there, but going here. So
This is like right turn.
Liam Troper here in the chat. Thank you for joining today. Said Elden Ring movie wraps filming in 1 year since Nexus Mods got acquired. So yeah, Elden Ring movie officially wraps filming as producers thank crew for bring unique project to life. So super excited to see this. Right?
Wow, they could get like 12 movies done in between Elden Ring games.
Nice.
Oh,
that's so sad.
Oh yeah, where's it?
Oh my god. World Tiniest Violin.
That's right. Now we need to see what's happening with the Zelda movie too, right? Which
Yeah, I watched the Mario Galaxy movie last night.
And what'd you think?
Oh, nice.
I waited a long time to watch it. Now it's streaming, so you can watch it too.
Yeah, but what did you think?
I thought it was good, but I liked the first one better. But I still thought it was good, and there were lots of little nudges in there. A couple times that I started laughing my ass off, and my wife looked at me like, "What are you laughing at?" I was like, "That was in the thing, and that was an in joke to this," and she's like, "Whatever."
Yeah, that's basically it. It is a basically a picture hunt game, right?
Right. Yeah, totally. I like the little black stick figure. You've both seen it, right? Yes.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Oh no, I have not seen it yet. I'm
You've
waiting.
not? Oh, okay.
Waiting for the
Dang.
stream version too.
There's basically a Game and Watch reference in there
Dang.
that made me laugh pretty hard. Mary Beth did not get.
Oh yeah. There's that Mr. Game and Watch, right?
Mr. Yeah.
That's right, Mr.
Exactly.
Game and Watch. Yes.
I'm very up to speed on House of the Dragon, and I'm waiting for the game to drop. But there is no game.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes.
Somebody should make one. Jeez.
Somebody sure should.
It derailed us.
They have
derailed who?
They have the mobile game that they advertise on the show, Game of Thrones Conquest. So they're kind of adapting some of the theme material into the game. So
okay.
But yeah, not quite what I have in mind. So yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Unity. How about Unity adding engine support for Netflix? I thought that was a great move. Yeah. Do you have that piece, Chris?
Tell us about that.
All I know
it's dedicated engine support, right, for Netflix games, and I think when I was covering id Software and what happened to them in the id Tech engine, it just sort of raised a lot of interesting strategic questions again for me. Like one of the questions here would be like, what does Netflix get the right to do with dedicated Unity support here? Like, can they modify the engine to their liking for their own particular needs for games? And I think there's part of the Xbox discussion, I think with all the layoffs was, like how many game engines does Microsoft need to support across all of its studios, right? Why can't everybody get onto Unreal? And id Tech was something very different, especially with the speed of and high performance of Doom games.
Yep.
That it had an engine that was like a drag racer car, dedicated to that one purpose. And then there's Unreal, which is kind of being used in everything. And Unity, another sort of similar kind of discussion would have to take place about like, why is Netflix choosing Unity over Unreal or some other homegrown kinds of engines too? So it's still very strategic kind of announcement when these deals happen. I think.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and the most recent announcement was for mini golf, which I definitely want to go ahead and play. Bridgerton, Stranger Things, and Squid Games courses in the mini golf one. So,
Nice.
Nice. TV based and supports couch co-op.
I don't know. I don't have a device I can play it on my TV yet.
What do you mean? You have a Fire Stick, don't you?
Yeah, not here. I have it at my parents' place just to
They're $30. Go treat yourself. Don't buy two coffees in Seattle and just go treat yourself.
HDMI ports on my TV. I got too many things plugged into it.
Then that's why you get rid of all the others and just keep the one or two
and an Xbox and a Switch too. And
you can do one of those 4-in-1 like connector things.
Yeah,
exactly.
And I see this is how it gets complicated.
All right. Well, speaking of TV and games, this is from gamesindustry.biz. I'd be remiss if I didn't give a good shout out to my colleagues here. It's Inside Amazon's plan to unite games, movies, and TV, including more games development than any point in our history.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
And so what this means is that not only was Luna added to, it's available through Prime, but now it's part of the Prime Video family of services. So if you're in the Prime Video environment and there may be, a program that has a game that, is related to it, you may see those tiles now hovering beside each other so you can watch the show that you want or jump in to go ahead and play the game through their Luna cloud streaming platform. So, it's pretty wonderful to see them continue to build on all of this. And, I would say if you are a Prime subscriber, go ahead and give Luna a shot because it's pretty awesome. Right, they're doing a really good job with the IP that they have and how they are trying to integrate all this seamlessly into your life. So, congrats and shout out to my co-workers, my colleagues over there in Prime Gaming. So, so definitely check it. And I know that Mark, with that Fire Stick, you definitely have that too. Or by the way.
There's still so much news.
You have a browser available to you? Yeah. Good.
Sorry, I had Chris drop off for a second.
That's because I muted myself while I was talking because I got sick of hearing my own damn voice. Go, Dean.
I was saying there's still so much news that happened this week that we haven't got to. Microsoft reported its earnings as well this week, and the head of Xbox, Asha Sharma, put out a memo to the staff about how they intend to get back to growth by the end of 2027, but right now they are in this reset mode, and they lost $1.7 billion in the last year, right? And probably look like the worst performing business at Microsoft right now. And she said, we will not live on past successes or be trapped by past failures. We will learn from both and put our energy into creating what players will love for decades. So she's promising unprecedented growth of having a billion, daily players for Xbox. And they made some moves this week, like, sort of getting more Xbox cloud gaming onto the Hisense TVs. Others that use the same kind of TV OS. It's still their ambition to make gaming possible everywhere, even as they are still aware that people want exclusive Xbox content. Right?
Yeah. I mean, look, when we looked at those numbers, chalk that up for me as the least surprising announcement, right? I mean, they're going through all of this stuff right now. And anytime there is a pause like that, right, that's just what happens to it. But also the numbers they're talking, that is a straight up BHAG moment, right? That big, hairy, audacious goal, like 1 billion. Okay, that's That's a number, right? And would love to see a company figure out how we, get 1 billion people playing. We'll see,
Yeah, we probably do. Like something like, I don't know, Candy Crush or I don't know. Numbers or maybe we did.
I mean,
Monopoly
Roblox has to be the biggest, right? They're somewhere in the neighborhood of 150 million daily active players.
Right.
So
This is amazing.
yeah, I think people are expecting that that's going to start going down, right? But yeah, it's astounding when you think about like where gaming has come from.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, there were a couple of, I know we're going to be right up against the hour here. We have a couple of interesting ones here, Dean, that you and your team also talked about. Skills. Now Fiery wins $719 million judgment against Papaya Gaming in largest false advertising award in history.
Wow.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, they went after them with this different kind of legal case this time compared to the case against Avia that also went through almost a trial, but before it was settled for $80 million. And that was more like a patent infringement case and also about the same practice, though, of using bots in games to deceive people into thinking that they're playing a skill-based multiplayer game with another human.
Oh, wow.
And so in that case, you could wager money on these platforms. And if you lost, the other party got it. Well, in this case, you didn't know that the other party was the house, and it had automated bots that were beating you at these games, right? And so, anyway, yeah, it's a huge 700. They had initially won the trial, and the jury awarded them $420 million, and the judge increased it to a sort of $719 million disgorgement. So it'll be interesting to see what happens next, and whether this one also gets settled or not. But I would guess appeals are going to happen, and that it's not necessarily a given that Fiery, the new name for Skills, will be able to collect this money. But it is a very stark lesson in what lengths people will go
to deceive each other. I mean, yeah, that's definitely, like you said, even if the company couldn't afford to pay for that, it sends the message that, the industry is getting very serious about protecting players, right? And protecting, the companies that people are building, right? So that one was super interesting. And then we also had, from you all, Dean, Sony breaks silence on the end of physical PS5 games backlash. So I had
they're still going to do it. they're still going to do it, but they say cautiously. And I think this is why they said they announced it a year and a half before they actually end the physical discs.
Yeah. Mark, did you have a chance to read this article or hear the response that came out?
No, I haven't yet. No. What's the upshot of it?
I think that they said that they're looking at the purchasing trends. The digital is 90+% of the audience now. And, so when you have a base as large as PlayStation has, and that means 10 million people plus are playing on physical discs, right? And I think this would be maybe a not so controversial notion as like this gets closer to 100%, but also if everywhere people had equal access to fast internet, right? And if you have frustrating internet, then physical disks and playing locally on your machine, where they are two different things still. But I think people would be happier that this transition could happen. I think also that the thing Sony can't and won't say yet is that, well, we got to do a PlayStation 6, and we can't afford to put an optical drive in there when memory prices are pushing up 10 times what we expected they would be, right?
Yeah.
And so then maybe Sony could have a solution there, and think about this very strongly based on the fan reaction, that that you just create a port that somebody could plug into and plug their physical disc into it, right? And it's preserving compatibility with these old games, but also I think takes the cost out of the system, and
Right.
puts it in the hands of people who really love this and want to spend their money on it.
Yeah. And so many conflicting feelings about it. I mean, traditionally, I think that with new consoles comes new disc storage mechanisms that allow us to have bigger games. And like, it looks like the largest BDXL at the moment is 128 gigs. And like, we're blowing past that, right, with the biggest games now. So what really makes sense for PSX, although downloading 128 gigs is also just horrific. Right? There's no easy answer. I think the thing that I think about more than anything is like that if I had faith that the companies would continue to support and let me play those games in the future, like I can still, plug in my Xbox and play Halo because I have a physical copy of it, but I don't. The games industry has a history, especially in recent years, of sort of poo-pooing the idea that they're going to continue support for games,
or breaking compatibility in some way.
Yeah, totally. Not the online, like turning off the online support, and so the game doesn't work anymore, and all of this. And I think if this announcement came with that, and kind of what you just talked about, Dean, like having some option for people. I think it would have been received better. I personally haven't bought a disc-based game for quite a long time. I don't remember the last time I did, so I'm not bothered.
I'm in the same boat. And I think that I don't know. There's different thoughts that come to mind. Like the game industry used to be the one that embraced new ways of doing things. And here's a case of clinging to the old ways, right?
It is an emotional one. It is a psychological one. There's like all these things, right, that come into it. And as somebody who cares very deeply about game preservation, right, that is where my biggest, question, not just, with what's happening now, but anything that is online or digital, like how do we make sure that we're preserving the right things, tell the right stories, continue to build on, right, that history. And so, Sony coming out and being, as transparent as they can about why they're doing this, and the fact they said proceed cautiously, and some of the other things that were in the article there, that they're listening, right, to the communities, they're listening to their partners, they're listening to distribution channels, physical retailers as well, right? It's good that they're giving themselves a long enough runway. It's not an easy place to be. As Dean, you hit it right in the head when you have units of a console that's required for a console to work that are so wildly expensive and out of proportion. Okay, if you came out with a console that was $2,500, right? People were like, this is ridiculous. Consoles need to be $600. It's like, well, in the mix of bringing this to market, like something has to give, right? So there are no easy answers to it. I understand as a preservationist, but I also understand from the perspective of a manufacturer, right? It's
interesting too this week, right? That Palmer Luckey comes out as the guy who is a preservationist.
Yes,
right?
sir.
And his Mod Retro company launched the M64 game console to run N64 games, right?
Yes.
And saying this console is going to last forever.
Generations, generations.
And it's built with like a gold infused motherboard, right?
Yeah.
And all these other kinds of engineering decisions they made so that it would be far more reliable than any other kind of console ever made.
Yep.
And part of the reaction he got was also, hey, I'm going to boycott you because you're the owner of Underrail as well. And they're making drones and robotic warfare equipment.
Yeah. So look, this is a case, Dean, where you got to compartmentalize your head a little bit, right? Here's what I did love about this approach that they took. Gold plated everything in there. But one of the two interesting pieces here is that they worked closely with AMD to go and create an FPGA. We're using an FPGA that required only passive cooling. So there's no fans in it. And there are no like standard capacitors and things on the board that can leak and cause the board to rot, which is fantastic. All the traces on the board are visible, so there's nothing layered underneath. So modders and the community can actually open it up with 4 screws and see every trace to every part of the board to understand how it works and modify it and do these things. And then the coding that they put on top of the board as well is literally like, this will last 200 years. Like, and it will just work.
There was a button you could push to eject your cartridge instead of having you pull it out and possibly damage the connector. Right.
Nice. Awful.
Yeah. Very. And that case on the top there, they used a process where it's a very heavy duty plastic, and those are not two different parts. The translucent and the transparent is actually all in the same mold. They used a technique to make it frosted on the front, but clear on the top. I'm like, it is a beautiful piece of kit for sure. And 100% compatible. 100% compatible with every piece of N64 software.
Fairly cheap price too. $229 for the base system.
Yeah.
Although the controller, which you need one of, is $89, right? And so that's
or you can use your own. You could use your own.
Up to $320 or something.
Yeah, you can use a Wavebird or an N64 controller too.
Oh, right? Okay. Well, that helps. All right.
Well, I not a Wave. Well, a Wavebird uses the standard
Hyperkin controller is only $30, right?
There you go.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool. Well, look, we are over our time here today. So I want to go ahead and real quickly, is there anything super cool that you're playing that we haven't talked about today?
Just finishing up Halo.
That's
nice. Nope. I'm in the nope camp. It's been in the nope camp for a while. Building a conference is a lot of work. You should have told me, Dean.
Yeah.
Look. Yes, and actually, I just realized, Mark, we're in the same boat a little bit. I'm currently working on ensuring our presence at the IBC conference in Amsterdam in September is good, and then working on the reInvent conference track for reInvent in December. So. Woo. Yeah, it's
I'll be at Black Hat next week. If anybody's at Black Hat, hit me up. Let's meet up. We're in Vegas.
Nice. That's where all the hackers are.
I know. I'm excited.
Well, I'm sure they have a lot to talk about with all this Anthropic and the OpenAI rogue AI happening right now.
Yeah, I'm very curious about that. That'll be fun.
Absolutely crazy. Well, listen, thank you to my co-host, Mark DeLaura and Dean Takahashi for being able to join us today. And we miss Susan, of course. And thank you all for joining us today as well. Please let your friends know that we stream every Friday, 12:30 Eastern, 9:30 Pacific. In the meantime, if you have any news stories, articles, commentary that you think we should cover, go ahead and, hit us up with a message before the program. Will try to go ahead and squeeze those in. But I want to thank you all for spending time with us today. Hope you have an awesome rest of your day. Fantastic weekend. And we'll see you next week on Boss Rush. Bye.